Hello, everybody. Welcome to CripChat, your weekly podcast for everything disability. Today I have with me Ibby, Jonathan, Shar, and myself,
Hi
David.
there.
Today we're going to be talking about cost of living for people with disability. Please like and share. And if you got any comments, please put it in the comments. And Ibby, cost of
Thank you very
living
much,
for
David.
disability.
Awesome,
Thank
awesome. Thank you for that, David.
you.
So, how's everyone doing? How you doing,
Happily,
David?
all good.
Thank
Happily,
you.
all good. Just feeling a bit stressed because of
Oh yeah, same here,
costs.
same here. Yeah, cause no good, no good. With today's society as well, the cost of living is going up indeed. So tell us, David. Tell us, what's the situation like with you in terms of your finance?
Finances, once upon a time, I was able to save. Now I can't.
Mm. And why
Yeah,
is that?
I guess everything's expensive. I, I,
Oh
I,
yeah,
I, I went to the shops the other day. Same
yeah.
amount of things, actually less than the same amount of things I bought before. I used to pay $50. Now I paid 120, and that's even less than I bought before.
Oh wow. Yeah, look, David, same here. Look, I guess for me, the cost of living is terrible. Yeah, everything's gone up, from what it was, before COVID. Even, yeah, before that, things were very much affordable. You can, I guess, get as many groceries as you can. But now it's all just chaos. Okay, we gotta look for ways to, save our money just to, I guess, earn a living.
Also, the actual um, the interest rate, it's just up
Oh
there.
yeah, that's right. It makes it hard for us to, save to buy a house, for example, because they have, skyrocketed. They've gone through the roof.
Yeah, tell me about it. But at the end, if you even buy a house, it's hard for you to pay it back.
Yeah, mortgages and whatnot. Don't get me started on those. Yeah,
Hey,
just financial stress here, there, and everywhere.
if anyone's listening, if they've got any comments they want to write, please do. And if they're finding anything that's hard, we're talking about people with disabilities. Now, we've got the NDIS. The NDIS helps, yes,
Yeah.
but is that enough anymore?
The
Yes,
NDIS is good to fund our can support, but can't fund the cost of daily living.
Yeah, it does. It does. It does fund our care and support, but doesn't fund our cost of living. I know that, but cost of living is on top of that.
yeah. So it's also hard to distinguish between the two, and I know what is covered by the NDIS and what is not as well. But in saying that, like Jonathan said, the NDIS only covers things that are reasonable and necessary in your lives. So and even with that, there's financial stress because people aren't getting the budget that they need. They're getting
Yeah, and also,
low funding.
also, what about the carers? The carers probably aren't getting enough, or they're probably complaining too. Would that be falling back on us?
Well, I don't think carers really have anything got to do with us, but the actual organization that they're working with. Since yeah, it depends on how much they pay them, and yeah, a lot of people, are underpaying their staff as well. That could be, I guess, linked to greed. A lot of businesses, they're taking a large chunk of, participants' money. But you know, I guess providing little service. But let's not name and shame anyone. But that's the reality these days, and the cost of living, the cost of getting supports is very it's expensive these days. It's going up, and so we're limited to how many hours of services we require.
What about us people with disability trying to keep our funds sort of secure and not get ripped off or get overcharged?
So it's very important to know what you're paying for exactly, so
Is
you don't get ripped off, and you're not
is
left vulnerable.
is there a way of securing that, making sure you aren't getting ripped off, and a guide where you know what someone can and can't charge you?
Well, you got the portal. Well, in the OS portal will give you a breakdown of all the funding that you have.
Yes.
So you
Also,
gotta. It's very important to keep monitoring the situation.
some people don't know how to use the portal because of their disability. And
So that's right.
is there like companies that can take care of it for you?
Well, you do have plan managers you can reach out to that will, I guess, help monitor and take care of your funding. So, but they have to. They work with you. Sorry, in choosing which supports that you want. So
Yeah.
you have control, but plan managers are controlling your funding.
Okay.
And
But
then there's
but
yeah,
then you then the portion of you plan on plan management.
that's right. That's right. So you do not, I guess, utilize your funding to go on like private, holidays or spend it on private expenditure. No, you can't do that. It does not allow you to do that, and you gotta. It's very important to, I guess, understand and know that the NDIS is purely for your support. Whatever you, I guess, need support with, or I guess need that will help you live your daily life. That will help you become independent. That's what the NDIS is usually for. Now, like I was
I
saying, David. Sorry, go ahead, David.
keep going, keep going.
And there's also you can actually self-manage, your funding. But
Yeah, I
that
know.
could be you gotta be also very, I guess, tech savvy. know what you're doing online on the computer. Make sure you keep a record of all the documents. All invoices or all reports. Um, and yeah, so make sure you do that because when it comes time for auditing, so you do get audited. You're on track and make sure you're on track for successful in the IS journey.
Yeah.
So what's the best way to plan out your funds?
um, to plan out your funds,
Yeah.
or
Do
you can
do you
have
do that
what do you call
with
it?
a plan manager, or do you
Yeah.
do that by yourself?
Well, you've got the option, David. You have the option. You can choose to manage it all by yourself, or have what you call like a LAC, local area coordinator, help you to manage it. And in terms of
And
like choosing services out there, you've got what you call a support coordinator who will direct you to these services.
and and if you need more funds and you're thinking of these funds aren't running out, what do you do? Is there a plan B?
All right. Well, there's something called a review. So if you feel that you're running out of money and your plan still has a long way to go, you can apply for a review. Usually you can send an email through, or you can fill out an online form.
And
Jonathan, is there any other way?
is there another way, Jonathan?
Or you can contact the NDIS.
Oh yeah, give him a
Exactly.
call.
You give them a phone call. So sometimes some people don't know how to send emails. If you're one of those, or unable to send emails, or unable to know who to talk to, call the NDIS. Do you know the phone number?
I'm pretty sure I do, and I'm putting it in the chat. This is the number for the NDIS. For those that are out there that want to contact the NDIS, they can do it through this number. I think
One
it's
three hundred number.
no, it's 1-800-800-110.
1-800-800-110.
There you go, David.
Okay, and sometimes you don't overdo your monthly funds. I think you should break it up between monthly and not overdo it. That way you've got leftover at the end of the month of the year before you yearly review. That way you still got funds at the end. But if you need to use them, you use them. Don't fall short. Don't make yourself fall short of what you need.
Now, the thing about that, David, is that if you don't use your money
Yeah,
at the end of your plan, you lose all your money.
yeah,
So it's
I know.
very important to break down your funding accordingly.
Yeah,
And
Depending on the
then,
now.
for your next plan, you get that funding. It doesn't
yeah.
follow.
So,
Thank you
so
for that, Jonathan. Exactly.
if you
It
don't
doesn't
use,
roll over, and you get less money in your next plan. So be very cautious of that.
they see that you haven't used it and you don't need it. So if you
Exactly.
need
So
it,
that's
use
why
it.
Exactly. That's why it's important to break it down. Number of hours that you require for services, for domestic cleaning, for going out in your community, for therapy. That all needs to be, broken down, depending on, the money that you have for the year.
So don't be tight on yourself. Just don't overspend.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. That's exactly
So
right, David.
so always use money wisely. And
But if you do overspend and like you're in like an emergency situation, then you would have to use your personal funds, funds that are not in the IS, but you can reimburse them later on when you get a new plan. Given that you have the appropriate documents and invoices, you can upload it into the portal and claim the money. But there
but
needs to be a solid reason as to why, and then it will need to match the accessibility, reasonable and necessary criteria.
but do you do you agree we should keep money for a rainy day? So, save someone aside.
Look, for personal funds, so for funds that you get through like wages and benefits you get from like Centrelink, it's always great to keep money aside for a rainy day. I guess they're very important. Maybe if you say like 20, 30, $50 a week and just put it towards like a savings account, which you can use later on in life in an
Yeah,
emergency situation. That
see,
would be ideal.
like when you got a bank account, you can have two bank accounts, one for spending and one for saving.
Yes, and a third one can be just for money received from the NDIS if you got an NDIS package.
yes,
But it's very
and
important to know as well not to get mixed up with the three. So yeah, Jonathan, go.
it's very useful if you get all the provider and the IA to keep them separated.
Keep them separated.
Exactly.
It's useful to keep them separated, so you don't mix up which funds what, and you could understand what money is for what. Because when you mix them all together, they are hard to. You can overspend.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. Exactly. So in saying that,
And
any
and
any fun?
and if you do have friends that have disabilities, always ask them if you can help them. If they ever need help, tell someone else. Let them
Mhm.
know. If you need help, they can probably get someone to help you, or they can help you themselves. They don't have to help you financially, but they can alert someone. You don't want to do without.
Yeah, don't do it alone. So, David, do you have like any tips on how to ensure you can afford the basic necessities of life?
Well, make sure you. I think put money aside for a rainy day always, and even though if you haven't used it, keep topping.
Mhm.
And
I think yeah.
make
How about
sure
you,
you
Jonathan?
always keep topping it.
prioritize
and
what you need.
Prioritizing very
yeah,
important. Yeah,
prioritizing your needs always, always,
yeah, yeah.
and
Yep.
always if you will need to eat something, if there's a cheap option but the same, go for the cheaper one.
Yep.
But if it's the same quality,
Yep. So
sometimes
always look for
sometimes
alternatives.
yes. And
Mm.
if it's not really a need, it's a want, and you know it's gonna pull you out, don't do it.
Yep, yep. Focus on your needs and avoid your wants.
But you could always get your wants, but sometimes
Given that you saved the money, yeah, go for it. Go for gold. But always focus on your needs as well. It's very important.
and don't just use your savings for things that are gonna get you broke.
Yeah, yeah. Cool, cool. So, David, any final thoughts?
My final thoughts in these times, we're finding it hard to actually save, but if you spend wisely and always communicate with others
Mm,
how you're traveling, keep you should be fine. Don't overspend. Buy the buy buy things that you need, not want only. If you got the
mm,
funds for the wants, but you can spend it and you still got savings, always contribute to your savings. What about you,
nice.
Ibby?
Yeah, look, for me, yeah, look, very important that you, I guess, monitor, how you spend your NDIS funding. But also, with your personal funding, it's always good to, save a bit if you can, but try not to overspend your budget. And the reason is we don't want to run out of money. At this day and age where everything's expensive, everything's going up, we need to be careful of how we spend our money. So it's always good to, look after your money and make sure you're financially stable. Uh, Always talk to a professional if you do need that help. It's always good to know that there are people out there, and we want to avoid that. How about
And
you,
also
Jonathan?
use plan managers,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
can help you plan your funds.
yeah. Good stuff, David. And you, Jonathan, what's your final thoughts?
My final is always live within your means, and if you're struggling, reach out.
Very
Yeah, that's
important.
good.
Well,
Very
if
important.
you're struggling, always reach out. Very important. Thank you for that,
And
Jonathan.
live within your means.
Exactly. Anyways, you have been watching CripChat, your weekly podcast on disability. Join us next week as we talk about more things disability related. Goodbye for now.
Please like and share. God bless.